Oh shit! Here I'm trying to scroll with my mouse here behind me. I'm not even on the computer. Let me shut
Oh,
that dude down behind me. Who's watching? I see we got one person who's here. Hey, Jesse Wilson. This is the iPad, and I was just telling Jess that I am not liking this at all because the old camera does not show every line, wrinkle. Yeah, ew. I'm going back to the old camp, but this is actually from the iPad, Jesse. So anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Um, we're live. We were on investigation last night, so that's kind of made us blah today.
yes. My hair is misbehaving because it's still not dry yet.
It did, Jesse. It's given too much of a wide angle, and the mess that is on this couch behind me. That
Oh, I can show you how to change that.
yeah. Well, Stevie was in here, and the mini was in here, and for those of y'all who don't know, the mini is my youngest grandson. He's named after his grandfather, and so I call him the Mini Lenny. So, yeah. Anyway, he was in here, and so I just told her just get me live tonight on something, and we'll worry about the rest later. So we are live here tonight. How's
Yes.
everybody doing?
Are you watching? No. Okay. That would be
Oh, we see little William back there in the background.
wave and say hello. You
What?
wave and say hello for the computer.
Right, Jesse, that's what I said. It shows too much. I mean, I feel like I need to back away. But yeah, this is the iPad. So, y'all, Jesse and my husband, and they hooked me up with an iPad for Christmas. So this is like the first time I'm really
Oh,
getting to use it to do something really
I'm
cool
an
with.
I'm an Oompa Loompa again. There. Oh, I didn't get a chance to fix it before. I didn't realize it was doing it.
So, hi Joshua and hi Sam and hi everybody. Like we said, we're kind of blah. We're running behind tonight. We investigated. If y'all have ever been on an investigation, you know how that is. The next day, it's like it takes you a minute to catch up and get back on track. So, um,
Yes. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad to see you again, Sam. And yes, I know. I love it when I turn Oompa Loompa on the camera, and I don't know why my camera does it. And I had to
maybe.
download a third party app just to change the white balance because that's what's messing up. Annoying.
Well, maybe it's just. Oh, I need to mute my phone here so we're not bouncing back. Um, Maybe it's like a mood computer, Jess. Maybe it's. Uh,
Maybe.
my clock is
Uh,
late, y'all. How late are we tonight? 4
4 minutes.
minutes. I'll have to tell the husband. He handles the grandfather clock.
Yes, I was an
So,
Oompa Loompa.
so I guess. First off, let me say thank everybody. Thank you, everybody. I think Sam, you were on last night. Jesse Wilson, you were on last night helping us on live investigation. We were at a really cool location, and if any of those ladies are watching, we've already determined that we need to come back in. We need to bring more of our team, and so we
Yeah.
can cover more of the place. And some of the newer team members, we need to work on their quiet time skills. um, but we'll get there. But there was so much activity there that, and having the panel. Well, come on, Jesse, because we need
We need
uh,
we we need
good quiet.
hands.
We need hands. It's a big place. I mean, I don't think even if the whole team is there, we couldn't have one person in every room. I mean,
Mm-mm.
it's that big. So, and for everything that goes on there, from from what the panel and
But
all this.
also don't stand in front of Jesse and the door.
Well, I mean that's true. Yes, if we do take Jessie Wilson on investigation with us, she is not one that you can count on to hang with you. She will run your ass over to get the fuck out. So just beware of that for anyone in the future that may want to go. Um,
Joshua, we didn't have any. It was like the activity just decided, you know what? We're not going to give you anything else today. And we tried and tried, but
and
once they decide,
we find that that happens pretty often. It comes in spurts and um but it was it was pretty active. We were hearing thumps, and there was some there was some phenomena that after we left there. And there was another thing I didn't tell you about this, Jess. I think I said it out loud, and I caught it on the voice recorder when I was kind of listening back to some of that today. When I told it, everybody shut your walkie talkies off because we were turning on REM pods and K2 meters and all that stuff. I turned my walkie talkie off, and about an hour into it, we ain't forgot yet, Jesse. We're just getting started. We're just chit chatting, girl. Um, about an hour into it, after I said turn off the walkies, my walkie talkie was on.
what?
Yeah. So, that was weird. And then, of course, we've already got to one tonight, so you might as well pop that one up there, Jess. We started out good. So, anyway, where I was going with all that is thank you to our panel of investigators and every one of y'all that participated. It was great having y'all. Um, and let's go ahead and we can do our waiver and all that good shit right now, and I can start sharing to let people know that we're live. Also, let's not forget. Um, let me get in here. Our little drawing bucket. I'm adding names every week, so make sure if you're on the show right now, you comment. Let us know you're here. I'm adding your name. If you were last week's show, your name's added. You get added this week. Every week you're on the show, you get added. And one random show, we're going to do a drawing and give somebody a fancy smancy witch basket, something that Jess and I and a few other team members will participate and make y'all mix y'all up some things and send it to you. Mm.
All right, so we'll jump into the disclaimer real quick and apologize for all the turning around and looking. I have my headphones on and they're fairly good noise canceling, so I could just barely hear this sound. He was back there going doo doo doo, but I could only hear the barest minimum. I saged the house. There's nothing here. Well, you're still here, aren't you? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, all right. As always, the show is not intended for children. There will be swearing and discussion of content that could be inappropriate for them.
From Terry.
William says from Terry specifically.
Exactly.
um, we have eternally curious minds and love to question everything. At no point do we believe that our opinions, religions, or beliefs are better or more correct than yours. They are simply our opinions. If you do not agree, that is 100% okay. We just ask that you just be an adult about it and scroll on if this is not the show for you, because ain't nobody got time for that.
Right. And with that said,
Cleanse the negativity out. I won't ring mine because the kids are asleep, but William is only joining us in person over here because he's on night shift. Dang it, I'm an Oompa Loompa.
Is he your green hair?
No.
There, you're not now. You got your normal color
go.
now.
Okay. We was muting because I was yelling at William.
She
Yeah.
was getting that ass.
Yes, I was. Oh, Jesse could hear you going do to do. No, he's on night shift this week, or he's been on night shift the past 2 weeks, and he's on night shift again this coming week. So that's why he was up for the investigation last night. So,
Yeah, it was cool having William there, and
William, Jesse says you're showing your boobs.
No, I'm not.
yeah, we did see the boobs.
You can't see me back here.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, we saw his boobs when he
When
said
you, I can't go any further. I turned as far as I could because it was like a perfect of you.
he's the
turned-
one that set up in camera view.
When you sit up, you're in camera view. Deal with it. This is only spirits. This is our debut.
Right.
Is this?
William, they're screaming, show your boobs now.
They're screaming, "Show your boobs now!" I've turned the camera to you now.
They're throwing
Let's show
virtual
my boobs.
titties.
He says he's not showing his boobs. Got him, Oompa Loompa.
It just looks like we made you blush.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. You need to call a doctor if I blush like that.
Jessie says she's got beads.
Jessie said she's got beads.
Oh, I got a box of beads in there too.
Terry and Jessie both have beads. I tried to say boobs. Obviously, you both have boobs.
Yeah, Josh, you know, I've got to start out the show good with drop the F-bomb right away.
Yeah.
So, tonight, let me recap. Thursday night, we had special guests. Oh, I need to share, speaking of special guests and stuff.
Yeah, I was not here. I was dealing with a family situation that occurred. So,
Yeah, so just recap and tell us, because I did tell everybody that you and I pretty much have the same, that we don't practice the same, but we have the same beliefs in pretty much the way we feel. And so, what's your, is it, Jesse, how about, is that better? Do I need to move the microphone in? See, I'm always afraid that it's too close because I can hear it so well. I mean, I hear everything through this microphone. How is that?
see, I can hear her fine. So, I'm not sure where the breakdown is. Probably somewhere between StreamYard and Facebook.
Right, okay. So, anyway, Jess, recap and just kind of, give everybody uh, your theory on love spells. Do you, if someone asks you to do a love spell for them, do you do that love spell?
No. I might suggest something more like a know your heart spell, where they need to know their own heart and where they need to be, what they need to be doing to get to where they would like to be in their heart. I might suggest something with enlightenment. There's a lot of different things that I would suggest. A tarot card reading. That is one of the things I do enjoy doing, but I will not perform a love spell. No.
Right. And that's, basically what Robin and I, had both said too, is, y'all forgive.
Oh, she has left me, and that was so disrespectful. Yes, but no, I very much feel the same. I do not do that. Not even if it was for myself. So, disrespectful. That's all I'm going to say. Disrespectful.
Well, here I am trying to figure out how to share shit from the iPad, and obviously that was not the right fucking button.
Obviously. I would probably just share it from your phone.
Yeah, and now I can't get this damn screen to get off. Oh, okay, I fixed that. Okay. Yeah, let me just share from my phone. Will you share it with me through messengers? Because that's what I was trying to do is put it on my
You done got up to 2.
oh, have I? Shit, I didn't even realize this. See, y'all, that's how bad I am. I don't even realize I say it.
Hold on, everybody who's chatting, where are you guys watching from? Are you watching from Spirit or Things?
Or YouTube. Where's Irene? Well, I know this is a busy time of month for her.
She got out of jail, so she's been
What?
watching on Facebook again.
Jessica said she knew she was going to stay to help me set up. Hell
And,
yeah,
and while you were gone, I was saying that even if it was for myself, I still would not perform a love spell. I might do a tarot card reading. I might do something with enlightenment, knowing your own heart. But
right.
even for me, I wouldn't do one.
Yeah, well, me neither, because it's been in someone else's life,
You done got up to 2.
and you don't want to do that.
Copy the link. Here we go.
My phone might be trying to log me in here.
Okay, there you go. I just sent it to you.
How's it good? Now my phone was trying to log me in. Hang on, we're probably going to hear us echo back here. Yeah.
Well, Joshua, if you do want to chat with the others, it looks like they're all on Spirit. But that's up to you. It doesn't matter to us. We usually just figure out where most people are that night and send everybody there. So that way everybody can kind of talk together. But yeah, not even for myself. Absolutely. Well, you know what? The reason, Jesse, that it is going to town is because I just pulled all of my weaned age mice from all of these bins. So they're down below all of that in the big grow out bins. I have one for females, one for males. So there are a bunch of them in the specific bins that have the wheels.
There's no wheel.
You take the
Now
wheels
my
off?
phone will not participate with me.
There's
Well,
no,
there used to be wheels. It may be water bottle you're hearing, actually. All right.
Hang on, I'm trying to get messages to send here, y'all. And
I'm throwing things, apparently.
let's see, I'll post some things. I always forget to do that.
Can you send Joshua a link over to the Spirit page one, the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having issues.
Gosh. Is he gone?
And while we are sitting here, because we are going to do a self love spell this evening, and it can be mine is going to lean.
Jesse, we got an hour and a half. We got plenty of time to get this shit together tonight.
I'm just going to. I'm going to take a deep breath and move on from that information that I was just given in private.
Yeah, same. Oh, here's on. I'm taking his ass up with this.
What was I doing? Oh, okay. So we're doing a self love spell, obviously. So I am going to go ahead because we are doing a candle ritual. And I will be, you can use pink or red, or if there's a color that calls to you more, that feels more tailored to you, that's fine too. This is really one of those spells that you can do it however feels right for you. I, in particular, am going to be doing a little more self-healing with the self-love because right now that is what I need.
Same.
Dealing with the things that have been going on.
What the holy?
What was that?
That was probably Meatball. The cat probably just got Meatball.
Who's
Yo, we
Meatball?
have a cat. Well, Blueberry, you've met Blueberry on the show. Blueberry terrifies the pit bull Meatball.
Either that or it's because I sent that other camera home with you. See, we received two cameras that were both, they came together and they were um, supposed to be haunted. We decided the best thing to do would be to split them up first and, have one at my house, one at her house, kind of see how it was going. If we were getting anything from them. Well, I have been having things go on in the house for a while now, but it actually got so uncomfortable that my husband, who is pretty much a skeptic about a lot of things, got up and saged the house while I was still asleep yesterday morning. So I needed to, but we've had some things happen that could be a factor. So I needed to basically rule out the cameras as a source. So you might have just taken whatever I had here home with you.
No, that was definitely a meatball skidding across the floor because I'm sure it was pretty heavy.
Damn it. Me and this incense are having a real hard time. Anyway, so I am going to go ahead and start looking up because I do want to carve some things into my candle before I start to dress the candle. And you may know we actually found out when we were discussing this ritual that we had different ideas of what dressing a candle was. So you may have a different way of dressing the candle. The way that I will be doing it is I will be rolling. I have these and there will be oil on the outside and I will be rolling them in the herbs and then I will be burning them. Terry actually had a different one where you take a heat gun and you melt the upper portion of the candle and add in your stones, your herbs, and all of that. So
Right, but
whatever that means for you, however you want to do it.
I could not locate a heat gun. So,
Right.
In time for the show, we'll definitely do that sometime. Probably we are going to do a show about hexing at some point.
We will not be giving step by steps. That's
No,
a
we
bad
will not
idea.
do step by steps. We're going to do like a generic, because basically, well, my teacher said this, and it definitely makes sense. And no blow dryer won't get hot enough, Jesse, to melt the candle wax the way you need it to.
No, you gotta melt like at least the top half inch to an inch.
Right. And,
But what you're saying here means putting a pretty little dress on a candle. Essentially, that's what we're doing. We're oiling it up and we're rolling it in some herbs and putting it in a pretty little dress.
So yeah, basically.
But whatever dressing a candle means for you, there's no wrong way to do it on this particular ritual.
And you can use a birthday candle. We're gonna talk about some of the other ways to do it here, but when we I'm struggling to open this pack of tea light candles, y'all. That is what I am so focused on here, is trying to open these dang little candles. So anyway, hexing. I'm going to talk about that for a minute. The opposite of that would be hexing. So in order for let's say someone hexes you. In order for you to take apart a hex, send it back, you need to know how a hex works, right? So we're going to do like a generic, and we'll show you different forms. I'm actually going to do. I I hate to call it voodoo because I've not really studied under anyone, that's a voodoo practitioner, so to speak. What I do is, kind of self taught. It just, that's what feels right to me. I do tend to lean into a voodoo kind of thing. I think I'm kind of past. In a past life, I think I must have lived in New Orleans and been a voodoo witch or something because I feel called to do so. So
It's kind of like I feel called, and I lean much towards a Scottish Celtic practice.
right, so with that said, I don't know if you can use. Where's my camera on this thing? It must be on this side. There it is. So I'm using my little coffin nails here. So, and on this tea light, before I do anything to it, it's just Dollar Tree freaking or General tea light. I'm going to carve some sigils, and we'll probably do a show about that. You know, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to make sigils. You can get a sigil out of a book. You can Google a sigil. You can make your own sigil. There's no wrong way. There's
Mm-hmm.
different techniques. It's just whatever you want to do. Jessica almost said the Dollar General because that's what we usually call it. Um, so I am gonna carve some sigils in this, and I'm like Jess because we might need some healing. So I'm gonna lean mine because, but healing, covering yourself and healing and is that's a form of loving yourself.
It's not a bad. It's
So
not a bad idea, anyways.
right, so I'm gonna work on surrounding myself with the healing love, and as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about what is the energy that I want put in this. I want healing protection. I want healing power. So I don't know if y'all can see. I'm just drawing here in my little wax my intentions. And even though you think, oh, there's not enough room, just go over it. It doesn't, because you're gonna melt the shit anyway. So who gives a fuck? So you ain't gotta be nothing fancy. You're putting. So with me, I guess I use my Sam. We say Walmart's too, or I guess you said or say that because Jesse said that. My grandmother, rest in peace, she always used to say, "Just run on down there to the Kmarks and put a K on." There was Walmart hit Alabama. She did the same thing. It's always the Walmarts and the Kmarks. So we could that's kind of become a thing in our family. It's the Walmart and the Kmarks. So we're carving our intentions in our candles.
Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to decide if there was some specific runes I wanted to use, and I just don't feel pulled to any of the specific, Futhark
Yeah,
runes.
and I guess Jesse must be saying three on my F bomb counter there.
Oh,
Um, Jesse Wilson, if it would allow us to like add another admin in on the StreamYard shit, we would put you in just to be the
yep.
freaking. I didn't do it just because Jess just changed it.
That
The
that's
freaking
respectful. I appreciate that.
the freaking F bomb counter person.
And I think I am going to go for pink, even though I normally wouldn't. Pink, I've never been a really huge fan of the color pink, but in this
Yes,
case,
I didn't get
it
down to
feels
books, beans.
gentler.
Yeah, I didn't get down to books, beans, and candles. So this is you know this is a good lesson on you don't have to freak out and run out and go, oh my god, I didn't get this, I didn't get this. Improvise. Use what you got, y'all. So I use my little coffin needle, I guess maybe, or my coffin nail.
Mine is not anything special to carve. What this actually is, it came with some Delta 10 dab wax. This is a wax
A
scoop.
wax spoon. Hey, it works. But I just use my little coffin nail. I guess like some people would use their magic wand or their wand. Oh, my phone vibrating. If y'all heard that, it was like vibrating.
that,
The whole
that that
freaking
tone of
table.
voice sounded very, very uncensored.
That was the
Oh,
computer.
my phone vibrated.
It did really. Well, I was kind of like, I was sitting up and the table just freaking vibrated. Scared the shit out of it. What the fuck was that?
What is going on? You're having trouble. You're having trouble.
So,
A peanut cracker.
Jesse.
I thought he said peanut cracker. I was literally picturing one of those like peanut butter cracker sandwiches. Like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're using that to carve your runes? A cracker? No, that's not what he meant. Oh,
So, and then while I'm working on my little herbs and stuff that I'm going to drop in
Ooh, I'm
my
also going to.
candle. Well, I guess let me show it to y'all up close. I have to dump my coffin nails out of here because I keep them in there to stay cleansed and refreshed of any shit that I may have put on them. So where's my camera on this? So see my geode, y'all. Um, it doesn't look near as pretty on the camera as it does. Well, now y'all can see some of it. Um, so,
No, actually, I don't. My eyes are very available this evening.
so
Unfortunately, just
I'm
because I ran out of time.
putting my candle in
For
my little
that gummit.
geode. Um, that way it's kind of just charging and cleansing. Anybody in the Dollar General that might have handled it, taking off their energy, and putting my energy into it. And I'm gonna do that
Um,
while
I am now mixing my herbs. I ended up just carving the words that I felt served me specifically here, along with my name and things that, made it mine. And I'm going to mix my little herbs now.
and that's because this is, self love, self healing. Of course, y'all have seen my little purple heart that I like to use when I'm doing, anything from the heart of the heart. So I'm going to use my little purple heart here. And then I'm mixing my herbs in this little heart shaped glass dish.
And I am using, very unprofessionally, my singing bowl, since it's just dry herbs, because do the oils separately. And
Yeah,
I chose to use rose petals, obviously. That's what I have in here. Um, lavender, and I actually used rosemary because lavender and rosemary are both really good as far as healing, especially emotional healing.
that was really sweet of that little kid, Sam. Um, Me and the grandbaby, we go rock hunting and rock digging and stuff. So I'm using lemon balm because it's very calming and loving and yeah, anything that we want for this spell. So I'm using lemon balm. Also, I'm using rose petals. These are roses, dried petals. I'm not in case you can't really see, but dried petals. Oops.
I'm also using some Roman chamomile, but I do have the flower heads, and because of the way that I am doing this, I am also going to be a totally professional live streamer and use my grinder.
Well, because I cannot find my pestle and mortar, it's just walked somewhere, and I'm really, really upset about that because um, my very dear friend Connie gave that to me, and so wherever that may have went, if somebody stole it out of my house, then may we,
Or may we send them the karma that is owed.
right, let's block
Oh,
that sucker. I got him.
okay.
Got that sucker out of here.
Yes, my singing bowl. I use it in place of the bell. Um, I it was blind luck, basically, that I came across it when I did.
So what I'm doing, I'm just like crushing my herbs, my lemon balm, my rose, and I do have some. Um,
Oh,
I'm doing a couple of different things here. So I'm going to do my candle. I'm going to dress my candle with this, and I'm also going to make a bath salt with it, so that obviously I'm not gonna light my candle and stuff now because like tomorrow I'll go in there and enjoy my nice big bathtub, and I will let my stuff charge tonight. And then tomorrow I will light my candle and use my bath salts that I'm making tonight for self love and self healing.
In
So
order to roll my candle in the herbs, I am literally just using coconut oil.
right, so any oil you got it can be a carrier oil, however you need to do it. And because I'm using this little tea light, I actually lied to y'all. I said that I wasn't going, but I am gonna light it because you know how these melt down. So I am gonna light it to melt it down, and then I'll drop my herbs in there. I'll blow it out and then drop my herbs in there before it gets hard again, cools off, and then I'll let it burn up, and I'll use it tomorrow when I do my bath. And um, while I'm mixing these herbs, I'm thinking about I'm putting the intention in it. Um, right now I've got to mix that in this little heart. It's got a lid. It's actually a little jewelry box, but it works great for self
And this
love
is how
box.
mine has ended up turned out. Fairly good
I've got this
coverage.
big hunk of, y'all really can't tell, it is rose quartz. I dug this up myself in Georgia. So I am sitting because rose quartz is a self love stone. It's also got a little smoky quartz in there. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is just a really good stone for self love, remove negativity. So I'm gonna let this sit with my dish of herbs for a little bit while we melt down the candle. Did I bring a lighter? Is the question. Um,
One plus side to doing the shows in the closet, you always had a lighter.
exactly. That is true. But I thought, oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So, and where is Cade? Why has Cade not joined us lately?
I am not sure. I know that they had been stuck off one of their medications and it was really causing problems.
I gotcha. So I'm just gonna let it burn just long enough to let that wax get to turn to liquid. I love patchouli. I see. I can't even talk. Um, I like to use matches as well, Sam, but they're hard to keep around here because I end up using them so often. Because if I do a fire outside, I'm always going to use that fire for magic unless it's got trash in it. We don't burn our trash, so um, I'm I do try to use matches for that kind of stuff.
I'd
You
like
can
to
go
get some
plug in,
of
girl.
those. I would like to. Oh, I would like to get some of those long
Oh, thank you, Josh.
matches.
We appreciate that you enjoy us. We love having all of y'all here too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're just chilling and hanging out and chit chatting about. I am gonna add. Um, I love jasmine, so I'm gonna add some jasmine to mine, and I'm gonna write some affirmations with my dragon's blood ink. And tomorrow, when I'm burning this candle and taking my bath and all that, I will light that on fire, send it out in the universe. I like fires too.
I had a lid. Oh, there it is.
So yeah, our final project that we had to graduate last week, Sam, we used dragon's blood was like one of the main things for that. So all I have to say is anybody that might want to go around and shoplift at books, beans, and candles better beware of the new ethereal cat that's on duty up there. Oh, that's yeah. Um, One day we'll because of course if we're gonna take this route on this show and we're talking about witchy stuff, we're gonna have to
Go
have a
on
million
location.
things to talk about. So we'll have to talk about the different herbs and stuff to help with um
And I am with
dreams
the
and
leftover, real quick with the leftover herbs I had from dressing the candle. I actually went ahead and lit myself a little charcoal coal in my cauldron, and I'm gonna go ahead and burn these as well.
oh, and if you got your little Himalayan salt or something, just make you a little bath salt, even if you just like wash your feet in it, girl. So just kind of a little ritual
My
bath.
cauldron, by the way,
I
she's
love that.
smoking.
I love that cauldron.
One of my younger brothers got it for me. I was so excited.
It's really pretty. No, Sam, I do not make my own blood. Um, Mitchell's gonna have to start
Well, I'm
learning
pretty
before as
sure.
much as I advertise him.
I'm pretty sure that we all make our own blood. If you want to get technical,
Well, trip, trip.
the body does this.
My dragon's blood. No, I buy this from Books, Beans, and Candles, Birmingham, Alabama. Shop owner Mitchell Haggard and his lovely wife Nicole.
Mhm.
And all of y'all, while I'm plugging people, um, it was last Sunday that Drew was on. What did y'all think of our special guest from the Phoenix and Stags Academy?
Yes. Don't don't forget to keep a check on your candle.
Well, I got it right here in front of me.
Okay, just making sure. I
Yep,
know I know
no,
you.
yep, no, but I mean, literally, it is right here. It's lighting up the side of my face. Can you tell? So good. I'm glad y'all love Drew. Um, we love Drew. He's great fun. We have lots of laughs, and he is just a genuine good soul, and that's the kind of people, of course, that we love. So we loved having Drew, and I'm sure you'll see more of Drew when we'll be with
Yeah,
Drew's show. Um,
and
and
I will say I am choosing to go ahead and light mine. Just felt right. You know, sometimes it just feels right.
right. Exactly. Well, of course, I bathe before I get on the show because um, if y'all seen my hair when it's not clean, and my husband every morning when I wake up says "Good morning, Nick," and he's referring to the Nick Nolte mugshot. And if y'all don't know who Nick Nolte is, or you don't know his mug, just go Google that shit. Maybe Jess will pull it up for us and put it on screen. But so yeah,
Ah,
my husband tells me, every morning, "Good morning, Nick."
Nick who? Nick Nolte?
Yeah, yeah. So, I
Oh, here
always have
I found the perfect one.
I always have to shower, otherwise, yeah, my hair be even, and I sleep with it up, y'all. It don't matter. I pull it up, in a ponytail as tight on my head as I possibly can, and that's what that shit looks like when I wake
I told you I found the perfect one.
up.
Oh, I got that one.
So, hey, Irene, welcome to the show. That really is.
If it burns, it must be because you, the demon, is trying to run out.
So,
He's, he says I have a lot of smoking over here. I have decided that means he's the demon. I'm running out if it bothers him that much.
right.
No, I'm just keeping it there. Make sure it don't burn out.
So my candle, and because this isn't a spell, I know we have talked about this before. I don't blow out my spell candles, but this one it's not a spell yet. I'm just melting the wax now. So I'm gonna blow it out, and I'm gonna take me some of my herbs in there. And I kind of like to sprinkle them in it because this is bringing to me. So I kind of I sprinkle in clockwise motion. If I was removing, I might go opposite.
Oh, hello, Irene.
And then, of course, this is my jasmine. I love jasmine, y'all. God, it's so amazing. And a few little drops in my candle. And now I'm gonna let that harden back up there, and voila, I will have my
Yes,
little
yes.
spell
That's one of the
set.
things that I added in here was rosemary.
Oh, cool, Irene. She did a cleansing today. Um, we'll we were you weren't here in the beginning. We were talking about the investigation. I know you were part of that last night. Thank you so much for your input and being part of it. We're gonna. The place was so big. Um, and some of the newer team members, need to um, work on noise reduction. So we're gonna, have a little meeting about that, and I'm gonna talk to them about going back in that place and taking more team members because I mean the place was so huge, we'd hear a noise, on the other side, and I mean there just wasn't enough of us to cover the whole place. I don't even think
No,
we
because by
need,
the time we got over to that side, we couldn't tell where the noise had come
yeah.
from.
So and yeah, I left this running back and forth all night long.
Got to admit though, it gave us exercise. That sure did. And that whatever entity it is gave us some exercise.
Right, right. Um, Irene, I, I'm kind of, I don't like to go in and I save my provoking, my hard, heavy provoking
For when we're not on
for,
camera.
yeah, not on camera, number one, because it can be, well, I mean, Um, also because it was awkward last night. I don't know if it was because we were, running so many lives and worried about, what was going on that with that. Didn't have enough team members to cover the whole building. So I would like to get in there and be able to cover the whole building and we've had a couple monkey wrenches and stuff thrown at us this past week, so I don't think any of us were, in our best physical and investigator performance mode. And I really hate to admit that, but um, it is what it is, and life is life, and shit happens, and um, so everybody was kind of, drained.
Well, man, I'm 3 days, 3 more days, and I will be getting my epidural. So hopefully, after a few weeks of it having time to kick in, I will start to feel a little bit better because that makes it very hard.
Right, right. So, um, then there, one of our core team members, wasn't able to make it last night. And I think, that kind of puts a monkey wrench in there. Love, 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 love all my team members. But when it comes to serious, heavy entities like that, there's three of us that tend to gel together and be able to pull those in really, and one of those people was not with us last night. So um but when it's meant to be, I feel like this place is going to be, something. I definitely
Well,
want
and if we go in the next time that we go in, we also are better prepared this time because we have a little more of an idea of what we're going into. Because, I mean, before the only thing that we knew is that it was a pretty noisy entity, but that was
Hmm.
really all we knew. But then, on top of things, one of the things about provoking, we don't want to walk away from there and leave them with a very pissed off entity
Right.
because we don't have to work there. Or if it's, an investigation of the house, we don't have to live there. So we do kind of walk a line.
Yeah, we tend to be gentle, um, and until it's time to push them the fuck out, and then we're not gentle. Um,
I think our next time that we go in, we probably, I don't know if we will do, we definitely probably won't do the entire thing live. We may have some of it live, get some good interactions where you guys are able to see them, but then go off camera and be able to do a much more in depth
yeah, to be
series.
more, but for all of us to be more focused and be more there, then
Hmm.
um, now we've like live streaming at Graceland. We like because we've been there so much. We pretty much know what that is. And
Yeah.
waiver again for those of you we're not talking about Memphis Elvis Graceland. We're talking about a property my parents bought that we called Graceland. Um,
Yeah, we got that same vibe. We got a female. I'm not sure if it was a female and a young child or if it was a young sounding female, but we did get a feminine voice try to come through a few times, but it was overpowered by this much deeper. I don't like to use the E word, but a little more malevolent sounding voice. And, I understand he's pissed off in the beginning. He didn't let the other spirits speak, but again, like I said, um, we don't have to work
yeah,
there.
just because he didn't let him speak also doesn't necessarily mean that we don't know or we didn't know that they were there. We did pick up um, a couple of things. Um, that property over there, I have a feeling. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on in this um, salon, but I've got a feeling it's gonna be a lot to do with the property. And Sam, unfortunately, that was probably one of our team members. I'm hearing a lot of that too in the EVP, and that's what I said. Some of our team members need to learn that. For number one, we don't whisper on investigation. We might talk a little bit quiet, softer.
I mean,
But
and anybody can forget. Me and you had a moment where we were like,
yeah,
"Oh God."
we forget, but we do try to, timestamp it. Oh crap, that was me. So we've all been out of practice, up for so long that we kind of need to go back probably and have a basics. We need to remember our do's and don'ts on
Yeah,
investigation.
and just can't kind of get back into the just the swing of things. We haven't investigated in a while, at least
Okay,
not.
Sam. Now, if it was during the times when we said there was no one in there. I can verify that. When we said until y'all heard me come back in saying we're coming back or it's me or an announcement, there was nobody in the building. It was absolutely empty. So if y'all were hearing shit then you were definitely hearing stuff. So that's the cool thing about having
She's
all y'all with us is,
she's
the one
quite
thing that
large. I just want to say she is quite large. I don't know what's going on here.
hopefully sending out that healing for that thing,
Better, it better. I dripped candle wax on myself, and that's another thing. These are low wax candles. Why am I getting wax? It's the same kind of candles I used for the cord cutting when they didn't want to leave me any wax.
I have them sometimes they'll do that, and I think it has something to do with, what kind of
Thing you're
trash
working.
they need to put off,
It's true.
or absorb or
She's large. She's a very large flame. Lorge with an O.
Well, Sam, maybe you need to, travel down to Alabama and go on investigation with us.
Oh, there's the wax. I found it. Couldn't figure out where it dropped.
So I'm checking my little candle here, and oh, it smells so good. But see, my little herbs and stuff now have dried in my wax. So then tomorrow night, and then my little mix that's still in my bowl, I'm going to add, if I can find, see, oh, I'm knocking shit over here. Now that I've done my candle,
Good Lord.
and I'm gonna add a little jasmine. Well, first, pink Himalayan salt for my bath.
William is over here watching quietly.
You said William's over there watching quietly.
Yes.
Show us your boobs, William.
Oh, did you already turn it off? Yeah. She's telling you something.
So yeah, I added
Okay.
my
She is
salt.
on. She is on fire.
A few drops of my oil here. So it smells amazing like my candle. And I'm shaking around my little heart thing. See, this is what you call fancy witchcraft right here. But William says pervert. uh,
Okay, come on, Facebook.
I have heard of mustard seed. I mean, I've heard so much that but I really think herbs and crystals, you can really program any one of them to be anything you want it to be. I believe. I may be wrong, but um, I believe you can program them to be anything that you need them to be. Improvise. Like I said, don't get caught up in having to go out and get the right proper ingredients and all that shit. Um,
Yeah, she's burning real weird, Gary.
well, maybe that's a
I
good
was
thing.
gonna I was gonna try and send the invite link to my phone so that I could show just how, but Messenger doesn't want to open for me on my computer.
It smells so good. So then, yep, I'm gonna cover it back up with the rose quartz
Here we
and
go.
let it continue
Ignore that
to
link that I'm
charge.
sending you. I'm just sending it so I can get it.
Okay. Um, and then there was a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to y'all about self love spells. So you can take a little birthday candle. I've talked about birthday candles before. Basically when you're blowing out your birthday candles, that's kind of self love and make a wish kind of a thing.
Oh Lord.
But you could take a little birthday candle and just make it just as simple as lighting that candle, and while that candle is burning, sitting there and thinking about um and if you have struggle with self love, find one thing that you love about yourself and focus on that one thing while that candle is burning. And, if you're struggling with self love, then I recommend that you do this every day until you find, where that you love more than your big toe or, whatever your one thing is. Because self love is so important. And in order for other people to love you, you gotta love yourself. So start with self love first.
She's burning real odd.
Nah, she's a witch. She knows how to tame that fire. She knows how to keep it under control.
You see, got it over here on my fine china. I know. Not that I expected all of this.
Now it smells like a big jasmine fill. You're right, Josh. When it's all about intentions, intention.
Hmm. William knows better. William will pay for it. He knows.
She needs a fire extinguisher.
Need a divorce attorney.
So I mean, yeah, y'all could simply do exactly what I'm doing. You know, you could. There's so many self love spells. If you Google it, like one of the first ones comes up is a birthday candle. Take a birthday candle, rose, orange,
Mm-hmm.
and sandalwood, or jasmine essential oil, rose quartz, which we have the same items here tonight, an
Mm-hmm.
agate slice, and some Himalayan salt and the light. And you can put that
And
candle on that.
you can substitute any part of that with something that you have on hand. You don't have to run
Right,
out to buy those specific things.
right.
We're probably not the people to ask that, Irene, because we do it with coffee.
Yeah, Starbucks. Star Starbucks green tea has become a big fan um of the keeping me awake. Um and if
Hmm.
it's not Starbucks, let me plug Books, Beans and Candles again. They got the Wicked Goblin, and the Wicked Goblin is about like cocaine, as Jesse said. You drink one of those suckers,
Hmm.
and my class is always like at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I go in and drink a Wicked Goblin, and by freaking 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, why in the fuck did I do that?
Kind of like the jasmine tea you drink every night. Is that what you're drinking tonight?
No, tonight I drank Sleepy Time tea. It's a
Okay.
nice chamomile minty. Um, I think it's called Wild Harvest Sleepy Time Tea.
Valid. I have to be reminded to take my medicine when we finish. I did not take it because last time I took it thinking I'd be not kicking in until after the show. I am so glad that I played it off well, but my meds kicked in 30 minutes into that freaking show.
Yeah, I could tell, right there at the end that boy, yeah, if we didn't cut it off soon, that
I might fall asleep.
we were gonna be watching Jess sleep on camera. Um, yeah, William does his monster.
Yeah, that's what he's been drinking.
Venti caramel frappers, and well, see, I do the if we're talking the caramel frappers, I do the venti caramel crunch frappuccino. Add, I want blonde espresso, and I need three, possibly four shots. I need extra caramel and extra whip and extra crunchy things.
See,
So, yes,
I be
Starbucks,
getting
I am that
very
person that y'all hate for me to come through the drive-through.
I am that is what I love: venti caramel frappuccino with extra caramel. Absolutely. However, I am also cheap. I get a caramel frappe from McDonald's with extra caramel,
Yeah, those are good too. Man,
or I make my own coffee because I have William keeps me stock. I keep the
Jesse
um,
says mine are 3 easy payments of 4.90.
I
It's
keep
seven
the
dollars and 50 cents.
Tirani.
Thank you.
William keeps me stocked up on the Tirani coffee syrups that I like and the specific coffee that I like because I like the um, cappuccino mixes. And so I have a whole coffee drawer. So I usually, if I'm going to have coffee, I have it here.
And that's me. I do the uh community coffee Louisiana blend, the special edition gold bag. I gotta get me some. and I do the French press thing, so it's really stout and really strong. So coffee is my friend.
Yeah, definitely. He
Uh,
does it. He does it in spurts.
What are you talking
yeah,
about?
William's an alright kind of guy. I think
He
most of the
is.
time. I think.
He is. If you were if you were with us on the live last night, I'm sure y'all overheard me talking about the fact that he had gotten flowers for both my cousin and my sister-in-law, both of whom were dealing with some things and just needed a smile.
Yeah, he's a good. But I always want to call him a good kid,
Oh,
but he's not a kid anymore.
no, he's not a kid anymore. He's creeping close to 40.
But William, that I
He is
feel
looking at
for
me, and it is
you.
not kind. He is not looking at me kindly. And as Jesse, as far as the medicine you are not going to like the answer to that.
Put a scoop of coffee and ice cream.
I sometimes, if I really, really want a really sweet flavor, I will a lot of times put a little bit of hot cocoa mix in with my coffee as well.
Well, now I've got fancy at home, and I've done yeah, you can fake make espresso in the French press,
Mm.
and I can make an eggnog latte almost as good as Starbucks. Well, sometimes minor because I've gotten some pretty shitty ones from Starbucks. Um,
I've just
I
learned all the different ways to just kind of make that, up that coffee game.
right. I can make a mocha latte pretty well. So I have worked that one out. I haven't done any frappuccinos yet.
I think
You
my
talk
biggest
about those
difference is
syrups. I've always been afraid to try
they're
those
really
syrups.
good. They're really good. And a bonus little tip for parents: those Torani coffee syrups are a wonderful way to up your hot cocoa game with your kids too. But
Uh,
we keep those. I think the big difference with me is if I'm like I drink hot coffee at home, but I don't like the way anybody makes my hot coffee. As far as Starbucks, McDonald's, nothing. I don't. I only drink the frozen drinks
right.
out of the house.
Well, Irene, I suggest that you do some self love work. Even if it's not in the witchcrafting way, just take some time and love on you. Take care of you, get some rest. I know that you've had a lot going on. This is a busy time of the year for you. So I'm going to send out good juju that you can get some rest, some really good rest, and take care of you. Um,
I
Meditation.
suck at meditation. I'm just
I
going
do
to go ahead
too.
and
And,
sit. Mm-mm.
now I have this vision of William sitting there
In the lotus position.
in the lotus position. Does William really meditate? That is the question. Does William, and
No,
I was
no,
gonna
it
say
doesn't.
I want pictures.
His meditation is in a tree stand.
I do it every day before I go to work, so I'm killing them stupid son of a bitches.
What did he say?
I do it every day before I go to work, so I don't kill them stupid some bitches.
I understand, William. I understand.
He also keeps a piece of, is it tourmaline included quartz you have in your truck? Yeah, he keeps a piece of tourmaline included quartz in his truck as well. If it don't work well enough, he can always throw it.
Oh well, thank you, Josh. I'm not feeling looking amazing on this camera. I feel like
And
I
I
did
am
not put enough
barefaced.
concealer on under my eyes. Um,
I took a shower not long before we started. That's why, for once, my curls are looking fabulous because they're still half wet.
I actually blow dried mine and flattened it
Oh, I
tonight.
don't be doing that. That's a lot of work. My hair is real thick.
Yeah, and I get that too. I just sat there with my head upside down, and I ain't nothing fancy. Yeah, I just, just because this, it doesn't see, even though I blow dried it, but if I wouldn't have blow dried it, it would have been standing out to here today. Like Jesse said, I looked like Nick Nolte when I got up from my nap.
I have not, and my answer to that will be the same answer that I said to your mom, blow drying and straightening her hair. That's a lot of work, and I got a lot of thick hair. If I plop my hair and I actually put it up in my silkline sleep caps, then she looks great.
Now I'm envisioning you with the sleep cap, William, in the lotus position.
And I do. Let me just tell you, my sleep, like full on sleep cap, and it is not flattering.
Oh, I gotta have selfies.
Absolutely not. Oh, I have no doubt, girl. I have seen pictures of your hair. Your hair looks thick.
Oh, Jesse's time and time and time again when that child was growing up, I would always tell the beautician, she has a lot of hair. Oh, yes, ma'am, I could. No, she has a lot of hair. They would, you could tell they would want to quit in the middle of cutting her hair because
The girl who used to do my hair, if I did not come to her about every 6 weeks on the dot, she would cuss her way through my haircut because it would be completely unmanageable. William,
so.
if you get them pictures of me in a sleep cap, you will move to the living room. Understood? Okay.
Yeah, Jesse is possessed or gifted with her
Possessed
mama
with? Is
possessed.
that what you
Well,
were?
it really is because it's it, it's a lot of
She
hair.
won't pay
It's a
enough.
lot of hair. Lenny's mom was the same way and had all that hair.
Uh, my mom, my mom's got really thick hair as well. She keeps hers fairly short now. Mine is only this short because I had to appease the mental breakdown gods and chopped it off a while ago. So
Oh, that's awesome, Joshua. Who was it? Do you care to tell what soap actor it was? Um, I used to be a big fan of General Hospital and One Life to Live and all them, but I haven't even watched them in so long. I don't
I
think they even
watched them at
exist
my
anymore.
I watched them at my great
Well, General
grandmother's.
Hospital, General Hospital is still on, but I don't. I know One Life to Live and all them are gone now.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't think I know him.
Um, what character is he, Joshua? I did see that yesterday, Jesse. Or Friday. Like, because we were watching, or whenever we had the storms come through. Um, Currently Austin, former Franco. Oh, okay. I know who Franco is. Um, so yeah, I seen that the other day too, Jesse. That Sonny was getting old, and a lot of them, don't ever age, and then some of them show their age just after a couple of years of not watching. she will. She might not leave him on the couch very long, but she might withhold for
you
a very long time.
Y'all underestimate my petty to a criminal degree. Y'all do not understand.
Oh,
You
I get it
really
because
do
if Lenny did,
not.
yeah, if Lenny did something like that to me, yeah, it would be on like Donkey Kong. I'm just saying. His thing is always, bitch, you don't know me. Bitch, you do know me, and I will fuck your ass up.
Ah, yes. But a recent particular rosy purchase makes that weakness much less of a weakness.
Sam, we were actually talking about Sonny on the soap opera, not Sonny Bono.
Anyways, well,
Yeah, I
you
guess
taunted me. I mean, what did you expect?
yeah. Well, that's I haven't watched the soaps in so long. That's why when I'm flipping through, it's like, wow, now they look so old.
Every penny, Jesse. Every penny.
Oh,
It's my camera. It's not my white balance is, I don't know why. I had to get a third party app to control the white balance of my camera, and I don't know why. It will not let me natively control it. So it's
I
really
wonder if it
frustrating.
has something to do with your LED lights in the background
You would think
messing with.
not, because they're cool. If they were a warmer color, then I would see that. I don't know. Anyway, so speaking about the going back to our investigation that we were on, I'm sure we'll be going starting to go through photos and audio and video, and y'all make sure that you're following the spirit page, because that is where we will show, as we're if we're finding really interesting things, some of those will be shared on there for you guys to see.
Right, right. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting place. There's some, like I was saying, there's some weird things about the property over there. We're
Yeah,
gonna, of
it's in
course,
between these two particular places, and
basically one side's got a cult.
we're not even going to explain what you mean by that, because
Yeah, we're just gonna
we'll be
there's
offensive. We're just going to leave it alone. There's a
yeah,
cult
there's a
there,
cult over
and there's an
there.
old nursing home on the other side. We're trying to look into seeing if maybe there are, if there's at least one other property making for a very, triangulation type situation.
I did look up. Well, Tiffany and I looked up last night a little bit on the way home. A little bit of the history of Trustful, and apparently originally that they thought Trustful was going to be the big steel city of the South. Of course, we know that that ended
Hmm,
up being Birmingham.
right.
Um, but there is parts of the Cahaba River that run over there, so we know, about that conduit. So,
William Mike.
um, there was some Native American history over there as well, like there always is on any property in Alabama. So, we're going to dig a little deeper
Hmm.
into that. And I'm getting caught up on comments here.
That's
Irene said,
interesting, Irene. I'd love to see if maybe we captured some of that on some of our recorders, because we did have recorders going the whole time.
right.
Um, and once we move, Jesse, you'll definitely have to come visit, because we actually, what's the name of the creek that's up
Right
there?
out falls.
Right Out Falls, excuse me, the waterfall up there where we're moving. There are three creeks that cross the property, one of which is this beautiful rock wall next to it. And we are right near Right Out Falls, and there are some beautiful photo opportunities there.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
Do you know who owns the
Very
waterfall across from us?
serene, very serene, calming, peaceful place to be.
It definitely is. I actually, one thing I really want to plan to do is I want to have an area like almost an outdoor altar area with, things that are weather safe, of course, not,
Right.
the typical things I would have on an altar, but I definitely want to have an outdoor altar.
I've been doing that out back behind the shop out there, back just kind of the way when we were clearing it, the way it came together. I mean, it formed its own circle. So it was like, this is definitely meant to be the spot here.
Mm-hmm. So it happens sometimes. In my current uh, endeavor, I'm trying to see if I can stop having a black thumb and have a green one. So I'm growing some plants. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I've kind of flipped my black thumb, brown thumb. I've done better the last couple of years than I've ever done with plants. So that's thrilling. And now going into level 4 in class, I know we're working a lot with plants and herbs and So I'm excited. We start Tuesday. We don't get a
No.
break this time, which, in a way is kind of a drag. But then we had so long of a break with COVID,
Yeah.
when everything was shut down, we got behind, so I think he's trying to fast track us to get us back where we, you know, should be. As far, I mean, we didn't get behind, but y'all know what I'm saying. Just, I think we should be in level 5 right now, graduating, but instead we're just going into level 4.
Yeah. And yes, I am doing good growing my plants. I had one little scare where my purple shamrock looked like it was dying. It turned out it was just shock from shipment, as well as, I repotted it immediately. You got that?
Yeah.
Um, and she has decided that she is going to, a couple of her stems have stood back up again on their own today. So, and then I have herbs that I'm also growing. I've got my pineapple sage, which unfortunately died, so I got a new one in. Well, all but one stem of the pineapple sage dies or
I think
died.
those are
So
their water bottles that you actually hear Sam. They're thirsty little
yes,
suckers.
yes, it is water bottles, and at any given point, like I said, that wall back there is all mice, but this wall that is right here next to me is all mice as well. And yes, she
Yeah.
has perked up. So hopefully, I got some stinging nettles is one of my newest herbs that I got in, as well as I got my own mugwort. It has become white noise. No mice. Really no mice. There's water bottles going.
Oh,
See, it has become white noise. I had to tell him there were water bottles
I thought he
going.
was talking about the wheel.
No.
Yeah, Jesse, it's like anything else. You get used to it,
I think that once we move them, because when we move, we're going to have a temperature controlled shed that will be for the mice. We'll have a second one that will be for the snakes as well. But I think that I may have to record them, their drinking noises all night to have to play so I can sleep.
Oh, Joshua, I envy you with the nice warm weather.
What is it right now here? Let's see. It is
Yeah,
third. It's. Let's see.
like supposed to be like 23 tonight or some stupid, ridiculous shit.
It's 35 right now, and our low over here in Pelham, at least, is supposed to be 30. And I use the What the Forecast app, and it says it's fucking chilly. WT forecast.
Yeah, I'm just not into the cold at all. And me and my mom were talking about that today. The thought that we used to live in Iowa was like, how the fuck did we ever do that?
And I'm looking at tomorrow, and it actually is getting up to about 52 by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we're supposed to
But
have
then
some
it's
really.
but then it's going right back down to 30
Yeah,
that night.
we're supposed to have some really nice days, but yeah, that it's
It's
fucking
supposed to
winter
be
at night.
yeah. It sucks.
So
Oh
that
yeah.
messes you all up because you're freezing during the day or freezing at night, and then during the day it's like, oh, it's a heat wave. Let's get out here in our bathing suits and go swimming. Because when you're having that 30, 40 degree temperature change in a few hours, it just yeah fucks everything
Well,
up.
especially because in our household, I y'all can't see a lot of me, but I am not a little girl. I'm a fluffy girl. So,
We all
but
love
but
you.
even before I was fluffy, I was always hot natured, and I just prefer to be cold. Whereas William has no body fat; he's just skinny, and it's rude.
William is William is a bean. I mean, a string bean. I don't even mean like a fat northern bean or a lima bean or. He is a straight up fucking string bean.
Damn it! I just changed it.
Sorry. Maybe you should just let Jesse count them to the end. It is offensive.
It is. But yeah, he's right. Our sinuses have been absolute hell. Both of the kids are going back and forth with these sinus infections, which is not good with
Well, that's yeah. I think they could hear all
school.
of us sniffling and blowing our noses and stuff. This crud that we had, for weeks. Still and you still and
Mhm.
whatever it
I
is.
am finally, I think, at the tail end of it.
Look, on the note of that fucking shit.
Terry is liking her new
Get
singing
rid of that
bowl.
shit. Yeah,
Well,
I like my
see,
little singing bowl. I want to get me.
William prefers to be warm. I prefer to be cold, which means, we have snakes, we have mice, so I have to keep the heat on. So I'm over here with windows open and on my side of the room, hoping it'll cool me off. But yeah, he's right. With them, that's the struggle right now is with the sinuses and everything that's going on. They sneeze, the
They
school
was
sends them
saying
home.
I'd be a shitty Eskimo too, Sam.
Yeah.
I would definitely be a shitty Eskimo.
Sitting here
So I
looking for my
think we're
phone, and
getting
it's
down to we're like at 3 minutes. So again, we want to thank everybody who joined us last night on investigation. We want to always thank the Things Network for having us and the panel. I think Chrissy and Ricky. I think I seen Adrian in there. Maybe Nick. Now I feel like Romper Room, saying I see you. But I apologize if I missed any investigators that were on that panel, but we really did appreciate y'all. It was great because we got to confirm activity for these people before we ever left the premises. And that's not always something that we're able to do. But because y'all were able to, give us feedback, we were able to confirm for them that, yes, you can tell your customers and your other ladies that work here, y'all are not crazy. Y'all definitely have paranormal activity going
oh,
on.
absolutely. Like even beyond what the psychics and the mediums and the other investigators that we had watching, even beyond what they were sensing, we you know, there in the nail room with the REM pod, we had intelligent responses.
Right, right. And, we had, well, like I said at the beginning, we had a few phenomena things that happened um, that we're holding this back now because of
They need to change their name, Terry. Haunted hairdos.
haunted hairdos. That's some fucking funny shit right there.
And you're correct, Jesse. She better be scared.
So, um, it's it was really cool to be able to have everybody there with us and kind of back us up as to what we felt going on there.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
do think
there's a couple things that happened that we didn't make. Jess and I have talked about those things. We didn't really make that public knowledge at the time. Oh, at the time we really weren't getting it either. That hey, that might be paranormal. But when we get to that part of our evidence review, we'll know more.
well,
And
and see, we do have we also do have our own talents as well when it comes to witchy kind of talents. However, when we go into an investigation, a lot of times, we're women, so we have to wear. Oh, William's going to show his boobs.
I seen him. I seen him. Woohoo! Take it off. I almost changed that boy's diapers. Not really. He was like 8.
He's not amused, I don't think. Anyways, but we go in, we wear the bras, therefore we have lots of stones down in the bras when we go, particularly for shielding and for protecting our emotional and psychic and ethereal selves. So He's putting a shirt on.
Is he reading the comments?
Did
Hey,
you get in your closets?
I seen you come in, by the way, Robin.
Hello,
You got
hello.
in
Sorry.
right at the last minute here, kid. Come on, William, my boy.
Oh,
Oh,
And this is why we're
because
at
we're perverts. Yes.
Unlocked and Uncensored. You never know where we're gonna go. We go from self-love spells to
let me go
flinging
get a snake.
foods.
Oh, you see, he put a shirt on. What are you doing?
I'll go get you a snake.
Don't go get me a snake. We finna sign off.
Oh, we can go get you a snake. We can wait for a
If
snake.
you want to go get a snake, we can wait for a snake.
We'll wait for a snake. I mean, it's 1:30 in the morning. Who's bucks coming on after us?
Nobody.
Exactly.
If you want to go get a snake, we can wait for a snake.
Ooh, I go get one of those.
Ooh, he can greet one of his new ones.
Oh, tell him he doesn't have a hair on his ass if he doesn't get a new snake and name it Boobs.
He hasn't named some of these.
um,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm thinking I might need a snack too after the show, Joshua, and I slept because of investigation. I woke up this morning, drank coffee,
You
tried to
have to
wake up.
name one boobs. BEWBS.
Them on my new babies.
Oh, I like the coloring on that.
Her head's down here. She's trying to hide. She purty.
She is pretty as far as snakes go. I mean, you know.
Terry says she is pretty. Is it? That's female, isn't it?
No,
No, that's male. He is pretty as far as snakes go.
this is the leopard.
And
Mojave
what kind
spot.
is this? A boa constrictor?
This is the ball python,
Ball python.
but he is a leopard
Mojave spot nose.
Mojave spot nose.
And how old
Is
is
his paint job essentially? How old is he?
He's probably a year and a half.
Probably a year and a half. Him party. Here, let me hold him. He's cute. No, you just hit me in the face. That was disrespectful.
he? He said, "Well, I am checking out all this shit you got going on here. What's up? Let me get into this."
William has how many?
I don't know anymore.
He doesn't know anymore. He has 40 something.
We misgendered the snake. We absolutely did. Because he was.
Oh wait,
pretty.
boop his snoot. He tried to boot my
I don't
snoot.
know. He likes
Well,
to
he's
boot.
new and we don't know him very well yet, so we try not to boop snoots that we don't know very well
I
yet.
don't know if he'd like the boot snoot.
We don't know if he would like the boop snoot. Snoot boop. You said that backwards.
No.
But yeah, he has 40 something, but he has that many because we do run a animal business. He will be breeding ball pythons. It's starting to get close to breeding season now, isn't it?
It's going now.
It's going now. Breeding season's now, so he will start making some pairings soon.
Oh, I didn't know y'all did baby snakes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it for the night.
Yeah, we've done.
We're just very low energy today.
Yeah,
Well, other than when we be hollering for boobs.
Yeah, we be hollering for boobs, but we low energy, so
Yeah.
we apologize if we kind of bored y'all to death tonight.
We talked
try to do
about
better next week.
a whole lot of random stuff this evening.
Yes, we did. What are we talking about Thursday night before we sign off for me? I'll pull this up quick and see.
You got it? Okay. While you do that, I'm going to grab a mouse. Jesse says we haven't seen a mouse. Oh,
Next Thursday we're talking about candle and color magic. And then next Sunday we'll be doing candle magic. Well, I mean, we've already done a lot of candle magic, but this is be kind of a get you a white candle, and of course after we've had our candle and color talk Thursday, you'll be able to decide what kind of herbs and stuff you want to bring in, and it'll be kind of a free for all spell, whatever you want to do next Sunday.
Hmm. I'm an Oompa Loompa again. Here you go.
Look at the little thing. Is that a little bald sucker?
Yes. That's one of my hairless mice.
It needs hairs.
No.
Bless it, it's cold. It needs a sweater.
You gonna knit me a tiny mouse sweater?
I can't fucking knit, but somebody knit this poor baby a fucking sweater.
And those big airplane ears that hairless mice just always have. You just gonna, you just, oh goodness no. We have feeder side and a pet side. That over there is the feeder side. She is from my hairless pet breeder bin. She has not been bred. She's still too young.
Jessie says she is gonna knit them babies some sweaters. The little bald sucker needs a sweater. Its ears look so big. That mouse has more nip than William.
But no, absolutely not. We have completely separate feeder mice.
Like a weenie.
But I also grew pet and show quality mice. So
Jesse, you were wrong for that one.
it's like a weenie. It looks like a ball sack. Get it right.
Like a ball sack. A weenie with ears.
It's a ball sack. Just wait, because the one yes, they actually have shows just like cats, dogs, anything else. I'm a member of the Fancy Mouse Breeders Association, and hopefully once COVID calms down, we'll start having in-person shows instead of virtual shows. I try not to smack my mice or my ball sacks unless they deserve it.
I'm sure it probably squeaks just like any other mouse does, Jesse. I mean, it's just a naked mouse. The sucker needs a sweater. Oh, I'm gonna try to find little freaking mouse sweaters.
Oh Lord. All right. Well,
Don't start, Jess. Somebody send out the word. Jess's bald mice need sweaters.
I have 4. Yeah,
Right, Sam? You know
I have 4, but 2 of my female hairless mice currently have babies. They are nursing. They just had their babies just a few days ago.
Oh, you know the little bald babies need some. They get the babies some blankets. They got a naked mama, and them poor things is frozen.
Well, but then I also have curly-haired mice and long-haired mice. I have lots of different kinds.
Well, some of the curly hairs need to share some of their hair with their naked brothers.
Their bin is up on the highest shelf, and then they have a little house in there so that they can tunnel down into the bedding. And not only are they up high, they're also in a little bit,
right,
worked out. No, they're soft. They're soft, Jesse. They're soft.
Right, Sam. Baby socks. There's an idea. We get baby socks and we cut little legs in them.
Lord have mercy.
Just wake up one morning, I'm sitting on her bed trying to dress her little fucking naked mice.
You know what? If she decides to do that, we're going to live stream it right here for everyone to see. Trying to
So,
put a baby sock on a naked mouse because they think it needs a sweater. You're welcome to try. I fucking now I need a counter. I ain't fucking trying.
now we got
I'm
Jess.
naked.
Fuck up. I win.
Hey, at least I don't say my favorite word. It starts with a C.
Well, we wouldn't
Could be
offended.
worse. I try to be good. That's a bad one.
So
Yeah.
now that we've gone completely off everything here,
We've lost the plot.
we've lost the plot. Now we're talking about naked mice weenies and shit. So and ball sacks, and I think that means it is too late in time for us to go to bed.
Probably. All right. Well, we will go ahead and wrap it up. And no, absolutely not. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up, and we will. What'd you get? Is that? Oh, this is one of the mamas. Mm-hmm. She just had her. Is that the black one or the lighter one?
Black one.
She just had her babies on. She's black and hairless.
The little black naked mice.
She just had her babies. I want to say it was Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Wednesday night because we were going to call Mark Thursday morning. That's right. So, yeah. But yes, love and light to everyone. We were glad to have you.
Thanks for coming to everybody and putting up with our total fucking madness tonight.
Yes, absolutely. This is us after investigation, but also after big rituals too. So
yeah,
this is the you. This is the you you'll get. This is the us you'll get after those. Oh well, hell, we're at the end. We'll leave it alone. We're good.
We're good.
All right. Well, you say your goodbyes, and then I'll leave them with the one-liner.
I'm out, girl. Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming. We love y'all. We're gonna get all your names in our drawing bucket, and remember, some lucky winner will get something sometime this month.
Yep. So I guess we'll end it with if you're cold, they're cold. Bring your ball sacks inside. Gotta make sure they get it though. If we end too quick, they don't get the one-liner. No, yeah.